Today's portion you listen, that is exponents and powers. Okay, then for large numbers we can represent the large numbers as in exponential form. As an example, you listen the number 1000. Then we can write this 1000 as 10 to the power of 3. That is 10 multiplied 3 times we have 1000. So this 10 to the power 3, that is the exponential form of 1000. The same way, if we need to represent 10,000, then how can we write? That is 10 to the power of 4. This way we can represent any of the large number. Okay, here this 10 is known as base. 10 is the base and that 4, that is the power. Okay, then 10 to the power 4, that is exponential form of 10,000. Okay, this way any of the large number we can represent in exponential form. Okay, from your textbook we can see now the mass of earth. Here it is given as a very large number, then 597 and 22 zeros, that much kilograms. Then these were the big number, also we can representing by these exponents. Okay, here 1000, exponential form of 1000 is 10 to the power 3, and 1 lakh, that is 1 and 5 zeros, so that we can represent it as 10 to the power of 5. Okay, here 10 to the power of 5 is exponential form of 1 lakh. Now for this way any of the number we can represent by using this where the large exponential form. Okay, here we can see an example for the 47,567. Here one example in your textbook, 47,567. Then normally in expanded form we are writing this way, 4 into 1 lakh, because 4 is in lakh place. Then 7 into 10,000, sorry, 4 in 10 lakh place, 10,000 place only. So 4 into 10,000 and 7 into 1000 plus 5 into 100, then plus 6 into 10 plus 1. So here all these numbers we can written as in exponential form, that is 4 into 10 to the power of 4, 7 into 10 to the power of 3, and 5 into 10 square, then 6 into 10 plus 1. So this way we can represent any of the number in exponential form. Okay, you listen one example. Here the number is 28356, that is 28,356. We know the number 6, that is in ones place, 5 in tens place, 3 in 100 place, 8 in 1000 place, and that 2 in 10,000 place. So the expanded form of this number is 2 into 10,000 plus 8 into 1000 plus 3 into 100 plus 5 into 10 plus 6 into 1. Okay, so in exponential form how can we write this one? So that is 2 into 10 to the power 4 plus 8 into 10 to the power 3 plus 3 into 10 square plus 5 into 10 to the power 1 plus 6 into 10 to the power 0, because for this 1 we can write 10 to the power 0. So it is the expanded form of that number by using exponents. Okay. So what is the next section? Now any of the number we can write this way in exponential form with the base of any of the prime numbers. So here you listen, 243, that is 3 multiplies 5 times here. So 3 to the power of 5. 243, that is 3 to the power of 5. Then 64. 64 is 2 to the power of 6, because here we multiply 2 6 times, we have 64. So 64 is 2 to the power of 6. The same way 625, by multiplying 5 4 times, we have 625. So 625 is 5 to the power of 4. So this way any of the number we can written as in exponential form. Okay, so here you listen the example question. First example question is this way, 256 as power of 2. Okay, write 256 as power of 2. So how can we do? So first we take this 256 and prime factorize that number. So 256, anyway that is an even number, so we can divide the number 256 by with 2. Okay, first I dividing by 2, then that is 1, here 2 2s are 4, then 128, then once more with 2, that is 64, then with 2, that is 32, then once more with 2, 16. So this way we can continue. Okay, then by 2, that is 8, then by 2, that is 4, then by 2, the number 2. So last with that 2, so we reach on that 1. That means 256 for dividing that 256, how many times we use the 2's? Okay, here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 times. So the prime factorized form of 256, that is 2 to the power of 8. That means 2 multiplies 8 times, we have 256. So exponential form of 256 by using prime factors, that is 2 to the power of 8. Okay. So here also we can see the answer as 2 to the power of 8. Now here the next question, listen. Which one is greater, 8 square or 2 to the power of 8? We know 8 square is 64, because 8 into 8, that is 64. Then 2 to the power of 8, now we see that is 256. So 64 or 256, which is greater? 256 is greater, so 2 to the power of 8 is greater than 8 square. Okay, now the same way we can see some more questions are there. Here all the question we needed to find this one. Write these numbers as product of powers of prime factors. Product of powers of prime factors. Here we can see the number 72, that is 2 times 36, then 36 once more we divided as 2 and 18, then that 18 as 2 and 9, that 9 as 3 and 3. So here we can see 2 multiplies 3 times and 3 2 times. So 72 is equal to 2 to the power of 3 into 3 square. We can see 72 as 2 to the power of 3 times 3 square. Okay, the same way the other numbers also listen. Next, 432. By dividing we can see here 4 2's and 3 3's. 4 2's and 3 3's. So the answer is 2 to the power of 4 into 3 to the power of 3. The same way the next number 1000. 1000 is 2 to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 3. Okay, 2 to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 3. Then next is 16,000, that is 2 to the power of 7 into 5 to the power of 3. Okay, 16,000 is 2 to the power of 7 into 5 to the power of 3. Okay, then next example question listen. Here find the values of 1 to the power of 5, minus 1 to the power of 3, minus 1 to the power of 4, minus 10 to the power 3, minus 5 to the power 4. Okay, these are all questions. Okay, see here you listen. Minus 1 to the power any number. So minus 1 to the power 2. What is the meaning of minus 1 to the power 2? We multiply this minus 1 2 times. So minus 1 times minus 1, that is positive 1. But minus 1 to the power 3, what is that you listen? Minus 1 to the power 3 means minus 1 multiplies 3 times. So the answer will be minus 1 and minus 1, that is positive 1. That positive 1 and negative 1. So that is negative 1. Then the same way, negative 1 to the power 4. Negative 1 to the power 4. That means negative 1 multiplies 4 times. Then when we multiply 4 times, we have positive 1. If we multiply 5 times, then we have negative 1. Now you clear? So negative 1 to the power any odd number, then the answer is negative. And negative 1 to the power any even number, the answer will be positive. So that you remember, negative 1 to the power any odd number. That means 3, 5, 7, that way any odd number is there. Your answer is negative 1. But negative 1 to the power any even number, then your answer is positive 1. So this you remember. Negative 1 to the power odd number, negative 1, and negative 1 to the power even number, that is positive 1. So we can find negative 5 square. Negative 5 square. Anyway, it is an even number. So our answer is positive. If power is even, then answer is positive. So minus 5 square, we will have positive 25. Okay, but if I write minus 5 to the power 3, then answer will be negative, because here odd number, power is odd, so answer is negative. Then you listen, 5 multiply 3 times. 5 to the power 3 means 5 multiply 3 times, or negative 5 multiply 3 times. Then by multiplying 3 times, 2 times, that is 25. 5 times 5, 25. 25 times 5, that is 125. Okay, so minus 5 to the power 3, that is negative 125. Okay, you listen. Then can you say negative 7 to the power 2? Negative 7 to the power 2. 2 is an even number, so answer is positive 49. But negative 7 to the power 3, answer will be negative. Okay, then negative 10 to the power 2. That will be positive 100. But if I write negative 10 to the power 3, that is negative 1000, because odd number, so negative answer. Then 10 multiply 3 times, we have negative 1000. Then the same way, negative 10 to the power 4, you remember negative 10 to the power 4 means negative 10 multiply 4 times. 4 is an even number, so answer is positive, and positive 10,000 will be the answer. Got it? Okay. So we can move to the next section, that is example exercise 13.1. Exercise 13.1. Here, one by the questions you listen. Here, first question, find the value of 2 to the power of 6. Value of 2 to the power of 6. Okay, that means 2 multiply 6 times. By multiplying 6 times, what will be the answer of that? That means, then you remember 2 square means that is 4. 2 multiply 4 times, that is 4. Then 2 to the power 3, that is this 4 multiply once more with 2, that is 8. 4 times 2, that will be 8. Then 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4, that is 16. 8 times 2. Then 2 to the power of 5, that is 32. 16 times 2. Then 2 to the power of 6, that is 64. 32 times 2, that is 64. So, or otherwise this way you multiply 2, write 6 times. Then by write 6 times, we can see, then 2 times 2, that is here 2 times 2, that is 4. Then 4 times 2, that is 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times 2, 64. So 2 to the power of 6, that is 64 is the answer. Okay. Now the next question, 9 to the power of 3. 9 to the power of 3. That means 9 multiplies 3 times. So we know 9 times 9, 81. 81 times 9. What is 81 times 9? That is 729. 81 times 9 is 721. So answer is 729. The next one is 11 square. 11 square means 11 multiplies 2 times. 11 times 11. That is, we know that is 121. 11 times 11 is 121. Then the next question, 5 to the power 4. Question number 4, that is, this question is 5 to the power 4. Okay, what is 5 to the power 4? 5 to the power 4 means 5 multiply 4 times. So, for finding that, we can multiply 5 4 times. Now it is the question 5 to the power 4. Then 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. 125 times 5, that is 625 is the answer. 5 to the power 4 is 625. Okay. Now we can move to the next questions. Question number 2. Here the question is this way. Write all these answers in exponential form. Okay. Write all these answers in exponential form. Here, first question. How many 6 are there? 4 6. So the exponential form of that is 6 to the power of 4. Here it is 6 to the power of 4. Now next one, the letter T, that is multiplying 2 times. So T to the power of 2 is the answer. Now this question number 3, you listen here, that B multiplies 4 times. So B to the power of 4. Now next question. Here 5 multiplies 2 times and 7 3 times. So 5 to the power of 2 times 7 to the power of 3. Next one. 2 times and A also 2 times. So 2 square times A square. Next one. How many A's are there? 3A. So A to the power of 3 and C 4 C's. Okay, so C to the power 4 and 1 D is there. So A to the power 3 into C to the power 4 into D. That is the answer. Now the next questions. Write these numbers by using in exponential form by using prime factors. Express each of the following numbers using exponential form. So for that we find the prime factors of these numbers by using prime factorization. We can find the prime factors, product of prime factors. That way you write this number. Then we can convert it as in exponential form. So the first question, listen, 500.